Adonai. I say Adonai to the life of God in you, the life that you are moving into progressively. Today, we're going to focus on how you can heighten your cooperation with the adjuster life in you. Once you have the knowledge of my gospel, which is the complete plan of salvation for humanity, once you understand the way of true authority, the truth of your creative responsibilities as author of destiny, and as you understand the life of the progressive ascent by fulfilling the divine plan, then you must strengthen your authorship in practicing all that you're being given. And what you don't utilize, most probably you will lose from your awareness. That is your creative prerogative of authorship, to practice what I preach. If you deny yourself, if you pretend to not pay attention, the responsibility lands upon you. And there is always a ramification for all choices you incur a ripple effect. For you are to become conscious, determinative, and creatively responsible. These are the mandates from the Paradise Trinity. If you're here and you're not taking notes, then you're probably retaining less than 1% of what I'm giving you. and woe unto he and she who waste their opportunity, for they shall be denied further opportunities, whilst others come forth to partake. O Universal Father, Eternal Mother Son, Immaculate Spirit, Power, Mind, we honor you. We breathe in your life, O God. I'm showing you how to approach the altar of your divinity. For I find myself already there as I'm descended into your realm. But it remains for you to be reaching and ascending unto my realm from where I've come. There you shall find light and love and eternal life. These things are your responsibility, for I come to fulfill the law and to take you by the hand and usher you into that very same fulfillment. The law of the way to God, the truth of your participation, and the life of your destiny. O Paradise Father, and indwelling adjuster life, again I come to show you the approach of your fulfillment. And I say unto each one of you, gather thine bravery, thine courage, be thou courageous to make those choices which take you upward. Which carry you unto your destiny with the life of the Father in you. For that you must heighten your senses, ennoble your character, elevate the vestments of mind, nurture the new status of personhood, the vesture of the soul. These things do not come about automatically. You each must choose. I say, never is there an excuse to avoid, to procrastinate, to delay, and to doubt. These are evil quadrants that seek to dominate you. That seek to hold back the race unto its primitive nature. I say, your mind is a battleground until you pave the field into God's sovereignty, and then it is a blessing. O Heavenly Father, and the order of the adjuster living in each one of you. Blessed are you who listen well unto mine word. For I speak not of foolishness, nor of evolutionary ignorance. I come from the Trinity. I come heading this particular universe. I come upon this world, which lags greatly behind the rest of our universe. I say, the race shall advance unto light, but it shall not be quickly. It shall take time and determined effort. Before we focus upon the text that I've put aside for us, I want to know what each one of you are learning while you're here. For if you're learning nothing, then I don't want you here. I rather have someone else come who is hungry to learn. And it is your authorship responsibility to make sure that you hear what's being said, not according to your own prejudice, but according to the knowledge, the meaning, the intent of what I'm giving. I say, gather the muscle of your discipline. For discipline is at the crux, the foundation of all discipleship. Discipline, obedience, and humility. I say, discipline, obedience, and humility. These are the qualities that you must cultivate. Fight not against these things. Realize that eventually and inevitably you must become disciplined, obedient, and humble. I say start today. I say, be not as the fools who come into my presence and leave with their hands empty and their vanity inflated. Be not as the chaotic who come for their own reasons rather than to love God and amplify His glory. Be ever watchful of thine own incursions, thine own untruth, which would seek to carry you away from God. Be ever vigilant with discipline. Discipline to hear and to see and to know truth. To be obedient to the life of God in you. And to be humble, emptied of all your prejudice, your preconception, and your erroneous preferences, which might carry you away from life. So I ask each of you now, ponder well, think upon these things. Let mine living word enter you and fill you with life. Are you learning to make your relationship to God within you as the singular priority of your life? Are you learning to be cautious about immediately hearing what you want to hear rather than what you must hear in order to advance yourself into light? Are you learning to prepare that fertile soil of your own mind and heart and body so that the seed of the adjuster in you might blossom? Are you learning these things? Or are you still pretending? Are you willing to die completely to yourself in order to attain the Father, the adjuster, the Spirit of you? Are you willing to sacrifice all things that God become glorified? Are you learning, I tell you, to take one step after another in consecrated devotion, humble obedience, to bring forth God's life in you? Are you learning these things? I say the greatest thing that you must watch is your own mind immediately feeding you what it wants to hear. The easy way, the quick way, the way of no sacrifice and little surrender. I tell you, the evil is not some faraway place. It is right within your nature, your fallen nature, which must become resurrected and enlightened. Discipline, obedience, humility. These are the God qualities bringing freedom and elevation. That you join the ascendant society that awaits you, but which you must gain entrance into by your demonstration. Can you be obedient to my word, to hear it, to learn it? Can you be disciplined to implement it, to practice the instruction given to you? Can you be humble to look at yourself unconditionally, accepting the way you are and working to make those necessary improvements? Humility, everyone. Discipline. Obedience. These are mine yoke that I place upon your shoulders today and going forward. You must carry it. You must implement it. You must learn to live these things. Allow the Universe Mother, her Holy Spirit, to reach you now. Allow the ascendant host of heaven to broaden your mind, to strengthen your faith conviction, to elevate your character. Feel the emanation of the Holy Spirit. For I say to you, none shall come to the Father but only through the Spirit Mother and the Son. For these preparations must take place. O Infinite Spirit, Universe Mother, Heavenly Host, let the mind be sharpened and illumined. Let the will be unencumbered by misqualification. Let the character reflect the grandiosity of God in His pure way. Attunement to the life of God in you must become infused with discipline, obedience, humility. What are you learning here with me, everyone? I'm going to go to some of you and ask you. And just keep it within one sentence. Yes, thank you, Carlos and Liliana, for translating. Adolfo is saying, to be in communion with my adjuster. Beautiful. We're going to go into that a little bit further today. Alignment, Horacio says. That there's no excuse for avoidance and procrastination, says Nenny. Gabriella says discipline, obedience, and humility. Christina, she says to allow, to be disciplined, obedient, and humble. Yvonne says to make God my authority. Yes. That these are the qualities of God, Gabriella says. Discipline, obedience, humility. Leslie says to give all to the authority of my adjuster. Right. After all, God, the knower and the giver of all things, has given you a portion of himself. Let that idea settle into your mind and heart. Maha says to come to God humble with humility and obedience. Mario says to practice the 11 powers of authorship, right? Authorship, rights, faculties, powers in relationship to the circuits of God, living circuits. Zulma says, I'm learning the way of authority of God within me. Beautiful. Yes. As you maketh God authority in you, you become filled with his identity and his love. He is an authority of goodness and love and joy and well-being and a million other qualities. Benjamin says to be courageous and disciplined. Good, Benjamin. Morgiel, to submit to the leadings of the life. Yes, the life of God, of the one power and presence lives in you, each of you. But you must bring it forth. That's the key. With the way, the truth, and the life, and our association, you have everything to bring forth that life, to fulfill all your lifetimes, to bring forth God's life. Inga says, knowing the right use of my authorship. Yes, the creative nature that you have, everyone. Your inalienable right to choose. Your faculties, which become elevated. All the senses, all your faculties of expression become purified, refined, and heightened. And the powers of your consciousness to gain the experience of that life. I tell you, these powers, 11 powers, you already possess. You've been endowed with a personal nature that inherently includes the powers, the faculties, and the rights. Now you must enter that relationship to the circuits of God, of Trinity, of paradise. Jean says, humility to ennoble my character and to place the Father, my authority and priority. Yes, Jean, you are guaranteed to reap the benevolence of the kingdom of heaven. all that you are each saying, these things are the ways you learn with one another. Everything each one of you are saying is immense, empowering. I tell you, God lives in you, but he allows you to choose what you want. Isn't that nice of him? He gives you everything. He sustains you in every moment, every breath, every motivation. He sustains and nurtures you. The least you can do is honor him by acknowledging he as the authority, the giver of life. Alicia Coda says, right, to take responsibility of my creations. Yes, everyone. Humanity is on the verge of entering beyond its infancy. And that will require accountability, responsibility. Sintonizando is, what might that be in English? Synchronization or synthesizing, maybe? Coming together. Everything coming together, Eustacia says. Discipline, obedience, humility, adoring God with respect. Everyone, you are all billionaires with this knowledge. Multi-billionaires of wealth do you possess? Multi-billionaires with a wealth that even kings and queens are ignorant of. Captains of industry are blind, deaf, and dumb to these things. You each are possessing a knowledge of eternity. Honor the one who gives that knowledge, the living God. Maite says to follow, to have obedience, and to recognition of that life. Yes, everyone, all of you, the body of humanity is you, and you are possessing more understanding, more capacity. Your potential is exploding in this knowledge, I tell you. Liliana says, I learned to love the way you and the Father love us. Okay. That means to love everyone. You cannot be about yourself, but you must be about the great self that we share. As you enter into God's kingdom, he will fill and fulfill your necessities, your needs, so that you're not so needy and reliant on outer things. He will fill you. Then you won't be seeking approval, security, certainty, safety, stability from the ephemeral world and from others. You will have found that within you. Sandra says, I'm learning to ask for help. Admission, asking. That's one of the 10 cardinal attitudes of approaching the adjuster. Asking for help. Ask, and ye shall receive, beloved. Ask, and it shall be given unto you. And to increase her courage with perseverance. Yes. I say, you are meant to become more self-conscious, more determinative in choices, more fully creative with responsibility and constructive creativity. Can I be more clear? To arrive, to enter the freedom, the words of the life which I give to you, which are given to me to give to you. For of myself I do not a thing on my own, nothing on my own. For the living God speaks, writes, moves all things in me and you. But you must align with that. Clara says, obedience to God, your authority. Yes. As you honor God as the authority that he already is, thine I shall become singular, and thy whole body shall become as light and life. Can you feel my conviction now? For I speak to you, I, Father, Mother, Son, with the Spirit of the Mother. We speak as one influence. I say, resist me not. Allow mine penetration. Enter the absorption of God's absolute nature, his character, his consciousness. Dennis learning not to blame others, not to look outside himself, but to be accountable, responsible, and to take authority of my God-given life. That means to honor God as the authority and make active your authorship. Yesenia, she's learning, she has to do. She has to stop being passive, stop being afraid of making mistakes, beautiful, or of not understanding, getting closer to her adjuster spirit. And yes, she will be led, as each one of you, led in the right way as you submit to the leadings of God's Spirit within you. That would be faith and trust. Filled with discipline, obedience, humility, and love for God. Love the life. Oh, indwelling life. We love you. We honor you. We honor you and love you and adore your glory. Life, everyone. Others here have said more. I tell you, billionaires you are. With the true wealth that sustains you and remains with you, even beyond the ephemeral flesh. These things, they remain part of your nature. If you have $10 billion, you're going to give it back at the end of this life or sooner. But the wealth that is being distributed to you here is eternal wealth. It cannot be taken away. But if you don't utilize it, you give it away. If you stop up your ears, right? If you put your hands over your ears and your eyes, refusing to learn, then you default on this opportunity to increase your wealth of existence. I say, everyone, what good shall it do you to gain the world and lose yourself, when all that you gain in the world must be returned to the world? I say, honor the one who sustains you, the living God. Call her what you will. I tell you, degeneration, disease, and death is not any part of my gospel, nor is it the plan of salvation for you. No disease, no degeneration, no death, no division. I come speaking life unto you and all the sleeping humanity. Life. Receive of the Father's life in you. He lives in you, preparing your way. Life, everyone. Is that not what you hunger for? Receive of me, mine children, receive of the Holy Comforter. Ask that I renew your mind, quicken your heart, elevate your character unto God's glory. Let joy, I say, celebrate unto the life in you. Can you feel that power with us today? It is the power of life and light and God's infinite love. Infinite love. Desiring to reach you and take up embodiment in your expression. That infinite one, indescribable, desires to embody you. Do you have the faith to invite him? Do you have the discipline to follow in our way? The obedience to honor God? The humility to take accounting for your creation? I say, that immaculate presence desires to become your expression and for you to become his eternity. Tell me your thoughts, everyone. Those who want to come forth, put a voice to your revelation.
Puedo, Michael. Hello.
Yes. Tell me who you are.
Margarita, Michael.
Ah, Margarita. Okay.
Estoy hablando por teléfono porque se fue la internet. Por eso no puedo escribirte.
Reveal to us what you are gathering.
Yo revelo que estoy humildemente siguiendo la autoridad del Padre en mi vida.
Beautiful. Thank you, Margarita.
Okay.
I'm
Gracias.
Yes.
You want translation,
Gracias.
Michael?
Yes, go for it.
I reveal that I am humbly following the will of the Father in me.
And what is that will that you seem to follow, Margarita?
¿Y cuál es esa voluntad que tú estás viendo de seguir, Margarita?
What do you understand to be God's will?
¿Qué tú entiendes que es la voluntad de Dios?
Para mí, la voluntad de Dios y su autoridad es que yo vaya con toda mi humildad hacia Él, hacia sus enseñanzas.
My understanding is that the will and the authority of God is that I, with all my humility, go to him,
and
to
how
meet
will
him.
you go to him? How will you travel to him?
¿Y cómo tú vas a él? ¿Cómo viajas hasta
And
él?
how will you allow he to travel to you?
¿Y cómo le permitirás a él que viaje hacia ti?
Yo le pido con la intención, con los 11 poderes, que me ayuden a llegar.
I ask him with the intention and the 11 powers to help me to arrive.
Con sinceridad, con mucho amor en mi corazón.
With sincerity and love in my heart.
Beautiful, Margarita. Thank you.
Hermoso, Margarita. Gracias.
Who else will come forth to reveal?
¿Quién más viene para revelar? ¿Quién más se acerca?
Horacio de Paraguay.
What are you learning here?
¿Qué estás aprendiendo aquí, Horacio?
Yo estoy aprendiendo el alineamiento con el Padre en mí, Micael.
I am learning to align with the Father in me.
Okay, and how are you doing that? How do you do that?
¿Cómo estás alineándote? ¿Cómo estás haciendo para alinearte?
Y estoy poniendo mi atención en el Padre, entregándole todo a Él con la adoración.
I am putting my attention in the Father and deliver all to Him and putting my attention.
Con mi reconocimiento.
With the recognition.
Sí, mi receptividad también. Mi respeto.
My receptivity, recognition of His authority.
Mi permiso, mi aceptación.
My allowance and acceptance.
Okay. Beautiful, Horacio. Thank you. Beautiful.
Hermoso, Horacio. Gracias.
Ya, hasta este momento está bien. Who wants to read the first paragraph in English?
Michael. Hello.
¿Quién quiere leer el primer párrafo en inglés? Dijo.
Yes, Michael.
Okay, Jean, beautiful.
When the development of the intellectual nature proceeds faster than that of the spiritual, such a situation renders communication with the thought adjuster both difficult and dangerous. Likewise, over-spiritual development tends to produce a fanatical and perverted interpretation of the spirit leadings of the divine indweller.
Okay, thank you, sir. Who wants to read the Spanish?
¿Quién quiere leer en español?
Yo, Michael.
Okay, is that Eustacia? Yes?
Sí, señor, sí.
Okay, señora Avila, go for it.
Gracias. Cuando el desarrollo de la naturaleza intelectual avanza más rápido que el de la espiritual, tal situación hace que la comunicación con el ajustador del pensamiento sea tanto difícil como peligrosa. Asimismo, el desarrollo sobre espiritual tiende a producir una interpretación fanática y pervertida de la dirección espiritual del morador divino.
Beautiful, thank you. Thank you.
Hermoso, Michael, gracias.
So what does that mean when the intellect nature proceeds faster than the spiritual nature? Here's what it looks like. The person cannot receive. They think they know everything, and they can repeat like a parrot all the pages of the Urantia book. But they are undeveloped and asleep. Are some of you like that? And when there is a over spiritual development beyond reasonable personal functioning, the person is fanatical. Oh, Michael, I'm experiencing the higher energies. I'm in touch with so-and-so. Oh, look at me. They become fanatical and perverted. Oh, Michael, I just felt some great presence with me. And two people came to me and asked me a question. Look at me, everyone. I think I'm going to lead 10 people to another planet now. Fanatical, dangerous. I say, as you follow in our way, our association, I take you into the transformation in a balanced way. Balance, everyone. Intellectual nature more than the spiritual? So, Michael, the lack of spiritual capacity, difficult to transmit, yes? Yes, that's the arrogance and the blindness and the deafness when the intellect is overly fed and the spiritual nature and the heart is starving. Some of you, do you know that? Do you know that state which I speak of? Always these two extremes of intellectual nature and over spiritual development, they always will lead to a crisis. It may not be now, it may not be this life, but a crisis cometh in order to bring balance to the personality. Tell me your thoughts, everyone. Uh-huh. And Jean, how do you know you're not still in that? How do you know if you are balancing your total person, everyone?
By not pretending.
Okay, that might be one thing. How else?
Humility.
Okay, a humility, a real humility. Yes. And Benjamin, he says, I didn't realize I was, and I'm still doing this. Okay, that is you receiving gold this morning or this evening for you. Gold, I tell you, to help you ask for balance, begin to develop a harmony throughout. Good, Benjamin. Ajá, right.
Yo necesito un balance, Micael. Yo me doy cuenta que yo necesito un balance.
You, Carlos.
Sorry. I need a balance between the spiritual and the intellectual.
That's right. That's right.
And besides that, I observe myself that there is a lot of mechanism still in me.
Yes.
But I am going forward, but I am also aware of the battle in my mind also.
Yes, that's true. You came in to this lifetime with that imbalance.
Yes. Thank you, Michael. Yes,
I tell you, everyone, you must love God more than you love yourself as a personality. You must love the spirit of life more, and then he will bring all of this into harmony. But you must fulfill his way, which is to love him unconditionally, wholeheartedly, not halfway, not using him to inflate your own vanity, everyone. You must love the Lord thy God with everything in you. Be willing to die psychologically, to die to all your self-importance, arrogance, vanity.
Right, etc.
These things cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. Good, Carlos. Good, Benjamin and John. And what about some of you who you had an overly developed spirituality. You lived up in the clouds and you were fanatical, thinking you were the God's gift to the universe.
Yes, me, Michael.
Oh, I thought of you, Elise.
Yes, I know. I received.
Yes.
But I wanted to come
Yes.
to ask your help because I see that now.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. You must be rational, everyone, reasonable, harmonious in your feelings, making pure choices from the right place. These things cannot develop overnight. They are long-term developments that take you into those circles of achievement of your total person. These changes, they prepare you for God fusion, immortality, eternal life. Who wants to read the English, everyone? Beautiful,
Well,
Benjamin. Well, I think Benjamin beat you this time.
that's okay.
Then the next one, the next two you can read, Sandra. The next three, I think, yeah? Okay, Benjamin, you want to read, right?
Yes, please.
Beautiful, sir, beautiful.
Lack of spiritual capacity makes it very difficult to transmit to such a material intellect the spiritual truths resident in the higher superconsciousness. Superconsciousness. It is to the mind of perfect poise,
Yep.
housed in a body of clean habits, stabilized neural energies, and balanced chemical function. When the physical, mental, and spiritual powers are in triune harmony of development, that a maximum of light and truth can be imparted with a minimum of temporal danger or risk to the real welfare of such a being.
Beautiful. We're going to review that. Who wants to read the Spanish?
Can I?
Me, Mike. Okay.
Okay, dale.
Carlos?
O me, Alicia.
Alicia? Okay.
Yes. La falta de capacidad espiritual hace que sea muy difícil transmitir a tal intelecto material las verdades espirituales que residen en la superconciencia superior. Es a la mente de equilibrio perfecto, alojada en un cuerpo de hábitos limpios, energías neurales estabilizadas y función química equilibrada, cuando los poderes físicos, mentales y espirituales están en triuna armonía de desarrollo, a quien se puede alcanzar un máximo de luz y verdad, impartirse con un mínimo de peligro temporal o riesgo para el bienestar real de tal ser.
Beautiful. So yes, you are each working to increase your capacity to receive of the spirit of the adjuster. Give me a moment, everyone, please. Okay, everyone. Growing your capacity. Today, I'm going to show you how to grow it, how to increase your capacity for more of God's life. And that life always leads to eternal life. As you grow your capacity in the ways that I've been showing you, you're able to receive in your intellectual mind, in your emotions, in your heart, in your awareness, the leadings of the Spirit that are preparing you. In our association, as you are advancing, you are continually rebalancing the spiritual, the mental, the physical, the emotional into that harmony. But you're only doing that if you are truly of discipline, obedience, and humility with me. Then you become available to learn, to grow, to prosper yourself. There have been many individuals who were born here, right? They grew up, they started to take in some of that light, infinite, all-powerful light, and yet they were not working it out correctly, and their nervous system became damaged, their biological chemistry became affected, and they became useless to the purpose of God. Questions? Thoughts, everyone? Sandra, it's all yours.
Okay. By such a balanced growth does man ascend the circles of planetary progression one by one, from the 7th to the 1st. The adjusters are always near you and of you, but rarely can they speak directly as another being to you. Circle by circle, your intellectual decisions, moral choosings, and spiritual development add to the ability of the adjuster to function in your mind. Circle by circle, you thereby ascend from the lower stages of adjuster association and mind attunement, so that the adjuster is increasingly enabled to register his picturizations of destiny with augmenting vividness and conviction upon the evolving consciousness of this God-seeking mind soul.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Spanish, everyone?
Yo, Micael.
Okay, Marina.
Mediante tal crecimiento equilibrado, el hombre asciende los círculos de la progresión planetaria uno por uno, desde el 7º hasta el 1. Los ajustadores siempre están cerca de ti, pero rara vez pueden hablarte directamente como otro ser. Círculo tras círculo, sus decisiones intelectuales, elecciones morales y desarrollo espiritual se suman a la capacidad del ajustador para funcionar en su mente, círculo tras círculo, asciendes desde las etapas inferiores de asociación con el ajustador y sintonización mental, de modo que el ajustador está cada vez más capacitado para registrar sus representaciones del destino con creciente viveza y convicción en la conciencia evolutiva de esta mente-alma que busca a Dios.
Beautiful, thank you.
Gracias.
So, the seventh circle is the most primitive, and the first is the most advanced of personality. The adjuster, your godhood, is looking to eternalize your choices, your decisions, your urges, your determinations, so that you gain the greater capacity to one day merge with him and enter the ascendant worlds. Everyone, you ascend in this grand plan of salvation, one choice at a time. Every decision, every choice you make either creates more of a burden for you or alleviates the burden and takes you closer into that eternal union with the Spirit of God in you. For example, so as I do these lectures with you, my energy field, my mental body, emotions are mostly just vibrating so high that human thoughts of disharmony can't really stay very long. And when I sit down here, I'm vibrating throughout my field where the Spirit of the Father that I am, I've become one with that Spirit of Father, Son. And it flashes into my inner vision, my Christ vision, the words and the picturizations, the concepts that I am to give to you. As you enter into that second sphere of our association, I'm able to go right to you and see everything that you need in that moment. It's not connected to a thought process. It is just, like it's saying here, the registration of those picturizations in the language of light. The frequency, the images are just flashed into my mind when I write, when I speak, when I'm preaching and giving you direction. It's just right there. And there's nothing else to interfere with it. There's no other thought or feeling. It's an empty, an absolutely immaculate field. The only thing that is present is what I am to give you in that moment. As you advance, you will have the same opportunities in your own way to become clear and to find that alignment in mind, in body, in spirit. Questions, everyone?
Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Carlos?
No, it's okay. I wanted just to ask you about what is the meaning of picturization? Is the language of the light?
Images. Images. It could be in a word. It could be a picture. And it's not linear. And yes, it's connected to the language of light.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Sorry.
Yes. For example, for those of you that are truly my apostles, you come and you ask me something, and if you've done the work and then you can only go so far, and you ask, it's immediately shown to me, and I just tell you. I don't have to think about it. I don't work anything out. It does not come from my human self. It comes from what you might call the Father within, the Father Son, my personhood. And it's immediately there. If you come and you have not worked out the details, if you have not made an effort, and you ask me, it does not show me anything. Many times, because I know each of you, I know what you're working on. But when you have prepared a place and you've demonstrated obedience and discipline, humility, determination, sincere effort, immediately the Father flashes to my mind, and I just convey it to you and help you work it out. Elise?
Yes, Michael, it's exactly what's happened with you at this moment. When I ask also my imbalance.
Okay.
I receive the image of what I need to go more deeply, more further.
Right. So you're
yes.
paving your own way. You're creating your own way. You're through purification, Elise, you're allowing this process to take place.
Yes, I feel that.
Beautiful.
And I wanted to ask also if when you say that you exactly what you say now, you are in immediate connection, it is with our adjuster, the Father in me, it is with the Father in me.
Yes, it's in that attunement to your adjuster, and I serve that adjuster, and it may make use of me in our relationship to help you, to reach you.
Yeah.
Because the adjuster cannot always reach your mind, everyone. But I can sometimes reach your mind if you're available. Now, far too many of you are not making use of these services. You don't ask. You don't ask me here. But you could. Yes, Morgiel.
My question is that in 1978, I was going through a breakup with a New Zealand wife, and while I was there, I meditated and prayed, and I was wondering if you could tell me what connection I made there. It was like that. I felt I was touching perfection. I mean, that's how I described it to myself. And it's as if the meditation and asking brought it on initially, and then it spontaneously reoccurred following days a couple of times. And I was wondering if you could tell me what I was experiencing there.
At times, your adjuster can intervene in its own way when you have to change course. When your life is moving in one track and you need to be picked up and moved onto a different track, then there's an intervention beyond the normal linear evolution. Your adjuster just happened to get through.
Okay. I've wondered about that for a lot of years.
But now you must prepare yourself to allow that fuller relationship so that you can be in contact much more often.
Yes. And I truly desire that.
Right.
I love that feeling and connection. It was kind of so simple and yet so perfect.
I agree. That simple thing brings joy and happiness. Just that simple relationship contact. Knowing that there is one beyond you and in you that's real and alive and that knows you exist.
Yes. And I don't know what I did wrong to lose that, but I sure have missed it.
It's not that you lost that, it's that it could not be maintained until you did the work necessary to create a field and to create an instrument.
Well, that's very inspiring. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong to lose it. It was able to come through just to move you into the track. What did you do? Were you in New Zealand and then you had to return to the US? What was the next step that you took?
I did return to the US and agreed to have a divorce and to give up trying on making a hopeless situation work.
Right. So, in that particular situation, and it's kind of a rare event, you needed a more clear guidance.
Mm-hmm.
But to make that an ongoing experience will take your work. Will take you persevering and penetrating all of your field, all that's in you.
Well, I shall do that because it's well worth it.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Once you get a taste of some good ice cream, you're going to go back to the same shop.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. You know what you want. Good, Morgil. Beautiful. But now's the time for you to really do the work.
I will persevere.
Dennis.
Hi, Michael.
Hello there. Hi there.
So my question is, we have discussed about the spiritual and the mental, and that is something that has really helped me so much. And I wanted to ask, let's take for instance, I am over spiritual, but my mental capacities are down, or they are not
weak.
Yeah, weak. So which one would be better? Is it to decrease the spiritual or increase the mental? Or, I mean, if they will have to come to a balance, which one is quicker and which one is easier? Is it to hold the spiritual? Yes.
Right now, for you, to increase your intellectual capacity, because you need to be able to discern when you are hearing something as it's given versus you just interjecting your interpretation. You need to build that discernment in the intellect. You need a stronger intellect to be able to perceive when you're being given something that you need to understand just as it comes to you, without any interference by your own opinions about that. You need to be able to learn in the purest way possible with your mind.
Okay.
One of the ways you can build that is to question, to confirm if you're truly understanding what you're being given. Don't make any assumptions. That would be lazy mind. The lazy, non-discriminating mind that can't discern, it just believes whatever comes to mind without discerning where it's coming from. Your wife will enjoy that development in you.
Yeah.
Why do I say that? Why do I say your wife will enjoy you more? In your relationship with your wife, are you available to hear her without immediately believing you already know what she's saying?
Not every time. Not every time.
You need to improve that. You can improve it by strengthening your intellect.
Okay.
You say, so, honey, I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. And then you can repeat back, and you'll strengthen your intellect to understand.
Okay. Yeah. That is very helpful, and I'll work it out. Thank you for your counsel.
Right. It would be, everyone, the lazy intellect that cannot find the strength to penetrate itself, to perceive, is this just my opinion, or is this what I'm hearing? Is this a fact, or is this a fiction? Beautiful, Dennis.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
You're welcome. So your intellectual decisions, your moral choosings, choosing the thing that you know is the right thing for you, not letting yourself choose the wrong thing. How can you tell the difference? I tell you. If you truly want to know, then the adjuster will find a way. If you truly want to know, call upon the comforter that I am. If you truly want to know, if you are hearing and understanding correctly, you must indicate by your effort, I want to know. Is not good enough just for me to think that I understand. I really want to understand. You must really want to understand, everyone. You must really choose moral choice. You each know, you know the difference between choices that betray you and choices that uplift you and ennoble you. Everything evolves from choice, everyone. Choice. Your choice to be here today is an example. Your choice to be here and really want to learn is an example. Your choice to be here, to really learn, and to apply what you're learning to your own salvation, to apply it, that's a choice. Questions, everyone? Ramona?
Hola, Michael.
Hola,
Sí.
Ramona. Tell me.
Mi pregunta sería, Michael, si yo he logrado un poco más de equilibrio en cuanto a la intelectualidad, porque a veces me pierdo un poco en ese aspecto.
Yeah, you've got to enter more deeply into that relationship. Full entrance. Let's wait for the translation. Full entrance. Not holding anything back. Full faith, everyone. That's what you are working on, bringing full faith to your entire personality. Right. So, Ramona, it is just
sí.
a more
Entonces,
full
sostener
commitment.
más la fe.
Yes, and commitment, compromiso, completa.
Ay, compromiso. Sí.
Completo.
Sí,
Right.
señor. Gracias.
Yes, not expecting to earn the right to the kingdom of heaven while being lazy and not really working at it. That will never be. I tell you, everyone, The universes are not a democracy. The Father appoints personas like myself and many others. Your advancement is a meritocracy. Your advancement is a meritocracy. You must earn everything. Even someone like myself, who had been created for a purpose, and then I spent eons of time training. And then I entered into all those bestowals to earn the right, to earn the right. And as I entered those bestowals, the infinite increased my function, my capacity, my empowerment. If you really can understand this, you must earn everything, everything. And so must I. Questions? Who would like? Yes?
Michael, Paula.
Paula, hello.
Sí. Hola, Michael. Michael, yo quiero entregarme por completo al camino y a la vida de Dios.
Okay.
Pero me he dado cuenta que me falta más fe y confianza.
Okay, well, you need more faith. You want to enter, you want to deliver yourself more, you need more faith.
Sí,
so it is only arrogance that would cause you to cry about it.
Sí, porque estaba haciendo...
No, Paula, not yet.
Ok, pues escucho, Michael, te escucho.
What am I telling you? You cry about the realization that you don't have enough faith.
¿Qué te he dicho acerca de eso? Tú lloras al descubrir que no tienes suficiente fe. ¿Qué te he dicho hacer?
Que él me dice que mi arrogancia que me hace.
Yes. It's my arrogance.
Your desire to hold on to an image about yourself.
Es el deseo de sostener una imagen sobre ti misma.
What image do you want to hold on to, beloved Paula?
¿Cuál es la imagen que tú quieres sostener, Paula?
No, yo lo que quiero es sentir y poner todo mi reconocimiento y mi atención en Dios.
No, you see what you just did? Tell her, Alicia.
Sí, ¿tú te has dado cuenta de lo que acabas de hacer?
You ignored me, and then you just went about speaking what you want to speak about.
Tú ignoraste lo que te dije, lo que te pregunté, y hablaste de lo que tú quieres hablar.
You must learn to learn.
Tú tienes que aprender a aprender.
What image are you trying to uphold?
¿Cuál imagen tú estás tratando de sostener?
How do you like to see yourself?
¿Cómo te gustaría verte a ti misma?
Sin vanidad.
In vanity, no.
No vanity.
Without vanity.
You like to hold the image that you are very pure.
Quieres sostener la imagen de que eres muy pura.
Sí.
And what do you mean, no vanity?
¿Y qué significa sin vanidad?
No pretender.
Not to pretend.
Okay. And do you see that you are pretending sometimes?
¿Y tú ves que sí estás pretendiendo algunas veces?
Yes.
Right. Now, arrogance, here's what arrogance does.
Aquí está lo que hace la arrogancia.
It's kind of in love with itself.
Es algo así como estar enamorado de sí mismo.
And it doesn't allow itself to admit anything wrong.
Y no se permite a sí mismo admitir nada malo o mal hecho.
Trying to uphold that image.
Tratando de sostener esa imagen.
And all images like that must fade away.
Y todas las imágenes como esas deben de caer, disolver.
Sí, Michael.
Is that it, Paula? Good?
¿Está bien, Paula?
Yes. Sí, Michael. Sí, Michael.
Okay. So now what?
Entonces, ¿ahora qué?
¿Puedo hablar?
Yes.
Bueno. Porque, Michael, yo...
No, él te preguntó, entonces, ¿ahora qué?
Yo creo que me está diciendo, le estoy preguntando si podía hablar. Bueno, que todas mis imágenes tengo que caer y ser verdad.
All my images I have to take off or out and be true.
Yes.
Sí.
What are some of those images?
¿Cuáles son algunas de esas imágenes?
Yes, I want you to stand naked.
Sí, yo quiero que tú te desnudes.
Yes, to get rid of all your arrogance.
Para quitar toda esa arrogancia.
Sí, Michael. Creer que soy muy buena, muy pura.
Yes.
To believe that I am so good and pure.
Okay, so good and pure. What else? That's good.
¿Qué más? Está bien, ¿qué más?
Yes.
También que soy muy espiritual.
That I am very spiritual.
Right. So you're very spiritual. Maybe you're enlightened, you think?
Quizás piensas que sos iluminada, eres iluminada.
Bueno, hasta eso sí no he llegado. Yo no.
At that point, I doesn't know right.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know right.
So you want to be pure.
Entonces tú quieres ser pura.
Llegar.
Yes,
pero
I want
ahorita
to.
Me falta mucho.
I want to get there, but it's necessary more for me.
How will you get to purity?
¿Cómo llegarás a la pureza?
Because Paula, that's a beautiful quality that you can cultivate.
Sí, porque esa es una hermosa cualidad que puedes cultivar.
Yes, purity.
La pureza.
Entregándome todo.
Deliver myself complete.
Completamente a mi Padre Dios. Desnudándome.
To my Father God. Being naked and humble.
Okay. And to deliver all your impurities.
Es confrontar y entregar todas tus impurezas.
Mm.
Do you have the courage to face your impurity?
¿Tienes el coraje para confrontar tus impurezas?
Lo necesito más. Necesito que me ayudes a tener más coraje.
I need more courage and I need you to help me to have more courage.
Okay. Well, just this conversation is helping.
Ya esta conversación está ayudando.
You're more easily stopping what you're doing and you're returning to what I'm teaching you.
Tú estás más fácilmente dejando de hacer lo que estás haciendo y retornando a lo que estoy enseñando.
That's a good sign. That's good, Paula.
Esa es una buena señal, Paula.
Yes.
Sí, Michael.
And purity is a beautiful goal to achieve.
Y la pureza es una hermosa meta por alcanzar.
And purity is infinite.
Y la pureza es infinita.
You might say, right? The Paradise Trinity is the most pure.
Y tú podrías decir bien, la Trinidad del Paraíso es la máxima pureza.
Right. So you want to reach for more purity.
Entonces tú quieres alcanzar más pureza.
Sí.
And you're willing to look at all the impurity.
Y estás dispuesta a mirar todas las impurezas.
Sí.
Then you're already on your way.
Entonces ya estás en tu camino.
Y lo quiero seguir, Michael.
I want to continue.
Ayúdame, Michael.
Yes.
Help me, Michael.
Okay, so I'm already helping you.
Entonces yo ya te estoy ayudando.
Can you purely see that I'm already helping you?
Tú puedes ver puramente que yo ya te estoy ayudando.
So you might say, Michael, thank you. I see that you're helping me already.
Y entonces tú podrías decir, Michael, gracias. Yo veo que tú ya me estás ayudando.
Sí, Michael, yo veo que tú ya me estás ayudando.
Right.
Gracias.
Right. And purifying your motivations.
Purificando tus motivaciones.
Your images.
Tus imágenes.
Your character, habits, your habits.
Tus hábitos de carácter.
Right. Making them all pure, clean.
Haciéndolos a todos más puros, más limpios.
Does that sound good?
¿Suena bien?
Sí.
Thank you, Paula. Muy bien. Gracias.
Gracias, Paula.
Me gusta. Gracias a ti, Michael. Gracias. Gracias,
Thank you, Michael.
Quiero ser pura.
Who would like to read the English?
¿Quién quiere leer inglés?
Oh, okay.
Michael.
Okay, Mikis, yes.
Yeah, hi. Every decision you make either impedes.
It obstructs or blocks.
Okay, thank you. Impedes
yeah.
Or facilitates the function of the adjuster. Likewise, do these very decisions determine your advancement in the circles of human achievement. It is true that the supremacy of a decision, its crisis relationship, has a great deal to do with its circle-making influence. Nevertheless, numbers of decisions, frequent repetitions, persistent repetitions, are also essential to the habit-forming certainty of such reactions.
Okay. And the Spanish.
Horacio.
Horacio, okay.
Cada decisión que toma impide o facilita la función del ajustador. Del mismo modo, estas mismas decisiones determinan su avance en los círculos de logros humanos. Es cierto que la supremacía de una decisión, su relación de crisis, tiene mucho que ver con su influencia circular. Sin embargo, el número de decisiones, las repeticiones frecuentes, las repeticiones persistentes, también son esenciales para la certeza que forma el hábito de tales reacciones.
Beautiful, thank you.
Gracias.
Yes, so each of you, you're building a trajectory. Remember that word. You're building a destiny that you enter as you build a trajectory, a direction with your character. Every decision, it takes you into that trajectory of closer proximity to the Godhood, or it takes you further away. It makes the function of your adjuster easier or more difficult. Horacio, question?
Sí, lo importante acá es la decisión que yo tome en cada momento.
Yes.
Y eso me va a llevar hacia un lugar o me va a alejar del camino hacia el Padre y del alineamiento con mi ajustador.
Alicia, would you like to help me?
Alicia.
Carlos?
Yes, Michael.
You remember what Horacio said?
No, puedo repetir.
Okay.
Sí, que cada decisión que yo tomo me mantiene en mi alineación con el ajustador o me va alejando de él.
Each decision I take,
right,
it takes me in the direction of the adjuster or take me away.
Or further away, yes.
Yes. Yo debo mantener esa decisión de estar siempre atento, digamos, con mi atención, con mi conciencia en el ajustador en mí, no desviarme de eso.
I should keep the attention in my adjuster, not to the right, to go out of the track.
Right, and you must cultivate your total personality as an instrument of discipline, obedience, and humility.
Y tú tienes que cultivar toda tu personalidad como obediencia.
Como un instrumento de disciplina, obediencia y humildad, ¿no?
Sí, claro.
Yeah.
Can go, Carlos.
Yes, every decision
Cada
determines
decisión
your advancement.
determina tu avance.
Sí. Sí, la decisión de seguir tus enseñanzas, la decisión de estar en las conferencias.
The decision to follow your teachings and to be in the conferences.
La decisión de ponerme atención en el Padre en mí. De
Decision
todo.
to put my attention on the Father in me and deliver all to Him.
En el momento que yo dejo de hacer eso, ya me estoy desviando.
In the moment I stop to do that, I am deviate.
Yes, you begin to deviate away from the adjuster.
Si tú te empiezas a desviar del camino del ajustador.
The adjuster is God's will inside of you.
El ajustador es la voluntad de Dios dentro tuyo.
You cannot negotiate with it.
No puedes negociar con eso.
You either come closer or you move further away.
Tú vienes cerca o te alejas.
And you are free to choose.
Y tú eres libre para elegir.
Yes.
Sí. Ahora inconscientemente o a veces me asalta un pensamiento negativo, por decirlo.
Now, unconsciously or sometimes comes to me negative thoughts.
Y ahí inmediatamente yo reacciono y me doy cuenta de eso.
And immediately I realize that.
Y tomo esa decisión de volver a alinearme.
And I take the decision to align me again.
Right. Align myself again.
Align myself again. Thank you, Michael.
También podría decidir continuar con ese pensamiento que me llevaría a emociones y a situaciones peligrosas.
Because I maybe can choose that continue with that thoughts and they will give me to another way.
Yes, because each time you believe thoughts and feelings that are disharmonious,
Sí, porque en cada momento que tú crees en pensamientos y sentimientos desarmónicos,
you move further away.
te alejas.
Claro,
You build a momentum in opposition to the adjuster.
Tú construyes un momentum en oposición a tu ajustador.
Exacto.
Yes.
Yo tengo el poder de decidir, ese es mi poder.
I have the power to decide. That is my power.
Yes, that's your right in your authorship.
Ese es tu derecho en tu autoría.
And we say inalienable right.
Y decimos que es un derecho inalienable.
That means you cannot give your right away to someone.
Eso significa que tú no puedes dar tu poder a otro.
Sí.
Right. It is an inescapable endowment in you.
Es una dotación inescapable en ti.
You must choose.
Tú debes elegir.
Giving it away, that's a choice.
Tú puedes elegir dejarla ir, o sea, entregarla.
Staying immature and irresponsible, that's a choice.
Siendo inmaduro e irresponsable es una elección.
And you come to know that every choice has its ripple effect.
Y tú sabrás que cada elección tiene un efecto de onda.
De
Sí,
onda.
sí lo sabré.
Yes.
Toda mi vida, ¿cómo se dice? Delegué esa decisión en otros y no...
All my life, I deliver my decisions to others, in others.
No me hice responsable.
I didn't make me responsible.
Y sufrí las consecuencias.
And I suffer the consequences.
Tú lo sabes mejor que yo.
You know better than me.
Right, right.
Pero eso ha cambiado, Micael, realmente ha cambiado.
But that was changed.
You know, it's much easier to do it God's way.
Es más fácil hacer el camino de Dios.
Even though it forces you to build your muscle, it's much easier.
Aunque a ustedes los fuerce a fortalecer y crecer sus músculos, es más fácil.
Yes, much easier than creating destructive momentums and then having to clean it up later on.
Es más fácil que construir momentos destructivos y después tener que limpiarlos para poder continuar.
Yes, you make all these good things a priority, and I will meet you in the heavens.
Ustedes hacen todas estas buenas cosas su prioridad y yo los encontraré en los cielos.
Yes. Prometedor.
Wow.
Right.
Gracias, Micael.
Yes.
The promise.
Yes. Yes, it is a guarantee if you work it the way God wants you to work it.
Es una garantía si ustedes trabajan de la manera en que Dios quiere que trabajen.
There's two things against you.
Hay dos cosas en contra de ustedes.
before we met, you didn't know what God wanted. You didn't understand it.
Antes de que nosotros nos encontráramos, ustedes no sabían qué era lo que Dios quería.
And second, you often lacked faith and trust, and you push your way.
Y normalmente ustedes son débiles en su fe y confianza, entonces se alejan.
Se forzaban
¿Cómo?
su manera.
Ah,
Sí.
hacen a su manera.
And part of that is because in all the lifetimes where you were ignorant of God's way,
porque en todas las vidas en las que ustedes eran ignorantes del camino de Dios,
often you created your own philosophies, you used your intellect to survive.
a menudo creaban su propia filosofía y usaban su intelecto para sobrevivir.
And your philosophies were not entirely correct.
Y sus filosofías no eran completamente correctas.
And the law is the law, so you had to reap receiving back those poor philosophies.
Y la ley es la ley y ustedes tienen que madurar y recibir esas filosofías pobres.
Yes, thank you, Alicia. Yes.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, every wrong understanding you will receive back.
Cada entendimiento incorrecto lo recibirán de regreso.
That should tell you a lot about God's approach.
Eso les dice mucho acerca del acercamiento de Dios.
You're being groomed. You're being raised into adulthood to become immaculate and responsible.
No entendí, Carlos.
Ustedes han sido crecidos hacia la madurez para que se vuelvan inmaculados y irresponsables.
Irresponsable.
Sí.
Thank you.
Yes, all this adjuster relationship is preparing you.
Todas estas relaciones con los ajustadores los prepara.
Yes. Let's talk about who would like to... Sorry?
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
Yes, Carlos, yes.
Up there, if you want, you can go up. Yes, here in the supremacy, cuando dice the supremacy of the decision.
Okay, let me find that.
Cada decisión, no, down. Cada decisión there, yes. Es cierto, it's true that the supremacy of the decision, of one decision, and its relation with the crisis, and its crisis relationship has a great deal to do with its circle-making influence.
Yes, your decisions, the supremacy, the importance of a decision. Yes. It is the supreme importance each decision you make.
La importancia de la decisión que haces es suprema. Cada decisión que haces.
Yes, and your decisions often do create a crisis relationship. It is essential that you make good decisions.
Y tus decisiones a menudo crean crisis en las relaciones, por eso es tan importante tus decisiones.
Yes, and you are growing a total personality, personhood, which is fit to enter the higher society.
Y estás haciendo crecer una personalidad, una persona que está fit, que
alimenta. Entonces hacen
alimentado.
Te encaja.
¿Que encaja?
That has the capacity to be in the higher society.
Que tiene la capacidad de estar en una sociedad mayor.
Yes. There are no irresponsible, immature ascended masters.
No hay inmaduros e irresponsables maestros ascendidos.
Oh, Michael, why do I have to have my temple of ascension over the desert? I want to have it my way.
Ay, ¿por qué yo tengo mi templo sobre el desierto? Yo quiero hacerlo de a mi manera.
Yes, I don't like this.
No me gusta esto.
You won't find any ascended masters like that.
No van a encontrar ningún maestro ascendido como ese.
There is a harmony.
Hay una armonía.
The more mature you become, the more you can cooperate.
Cuanto más maduros sean, más van a poder cooperar.
Right. And I say again, cooperate.
Y les voy a decir de nuevo, cooperar.
Yes. With the infinite intelligence.
Con la inteligencia infinita.
Yes. Thoughts,
Michael,
questions?
otra pregunta.
Carlos?
There is
Yes.
Zulma, Michael.
Ah.
Yes. Okay, Zulma, tell us.
Hola, Micael. Sí, gracias. Quería preguntarte y confirmar un pensamiento acerca de la decisión también.
I wanted to ask and confirm as a thought about the decision.
Yes.
Yo ahora estoy comprendiendo la diferencia entre tomar una buena decisión y una mala.
Now I am understanding the difference to take a good decision or a bad decision.
Okay. How do you know? Can you say more?
¿Cómo lo sabes?
Yes. Mi experiencia, cuando hace 2 años me ofrecieron un trabajo.
In my experience, when 2 years ago, they offered me a job.
Y ese trabajo no me iba a permitir participar activamente en la universidad.
And that work wouldn't permit me to participate actively in the university here.
Sí, entonces yo tomé la decisión en ese momento de rechazar ese trabajo.
In that moment, I took the decision to reject that job.
Mm-hmm.
Porque en ese momento para mí era más importante mi educación contigo.
Because in that moment, it was more important for me your education with than another thing.
Y yo me quedé en paz con esa decisión en
And
ese
I
momento.
was in peace with that decision in that moment.
Y en este tiempo, este año, como te comenté la vez pasada,
And in this time, this year, like I commend you last time,
le recibí 2 ofertas de trabajo.
I received 2 proposals of job.
2 job proposals.
2 job proposals. Okay.
Y esa primera rechacé, esa primera propuesta.
And the first one I rejected.
Okay.
Que se me presentó 2 veces.
That came twice.
Mm-hmm.
Y en esta última,
in this last one, proposal,
yo comprendí, Micael, cuando me hiciste ver que yo lo que estaba haciendo, perdón.
I understood when you let me see
que yo lo que estaba haciendo era rechazar la evolución del mundo.
I was rejecting the world evolution.
Estaba juzgando la forma de hacer de las personas.
I was judging the way to do for the persons.
Y cuando comprendí que eso era lo que hacía, solté y y pedí perdón porque estaba sosteniendo eso tanto tiempo.
When I understood, I released that I was holding for a lot of time.
Y acepté esa propuesta.
And I accept that proposal.
Y allí comprendí que la diferencia está en mis motivaciones para tomar una decisión.
Right.
And I understood in that moment that the difference is in my motivations to take the decisions.
Yes. So your motivations come before your choices and decisions.
Entonces tus motivaciones vienen antes que tus elecciones y decisiones.
Right. And if you build up a habit of choosing immoral, dishonest things, everyone.
Y si tú construyes el hábito de elegir cosas inmorales y what, Michael? Immoral y deshonestas. Yes.
Yes. Then you're building a momentum which will interfere with your decisions.
Entonces construyen un momentum que va a interferir con tus decisiones.
It will impede the function of the adjuster.
Impedirá la función del ajustador.
Yes. You will be moving further away from God.
Y serás movida bien lejos de Dios.
Right.
Yes. Y te agradezco otra vez que me hayas hecho ver eso.
And I thank you that you made me see that.
Yeah. How can I say? You each have a personal existence.
Ustedes todos tienen una existencia personal.
And the difficult experiences that you have or had in this lifetime.
Y las experiencias difíciles que tienen o han tenido en este tiempo de vida.
It is the result of prior decisions.
Es el resultado de decisiones previas.
You're supposed to be learning from that.
Se supone que están aprendiendo de eso.
Yes. Some people, they don't even believe any of this type of thought.
Algunas personas ni siquiera creen en este tipo de pensamientos.
Doesn't matter.
No les importa.
No, the law, they're creating a destiny.
La ley es que están creando un destino.
Yes. It's not a respecter of persons, you understand, right?
No, que no respeta personas. La ley no respeta personas, Michael.
Right. It is, yeah. So Zulma, you are here and you're learning and you're helping me. It's beautiful.
Entonces, Zulma, tú estás aquí aprendiendo, ayudándome. Es hermoso.
Yes, Miguel, es hermoso. Gracias por la oportunidad. Siempre.
Right.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, your feelings, what you feel, that's why you're here.
Tus sentimientos, lo que tú sientes es la razón por la cual estás aquí.
Yes. Many others, they're not here.
Muchos otros no están aquí.
And they don't care to be here.
Y no les importa estar aquí.
And for all the reasons.
For
all
todas las razones.
their reasons.
Sí, por todas sus razones.
Yes. but this lifetime for you is important, Zulma.
Pero este tiempo de vida para ti es importante, Zulma.
Yes, you are strengthening the direction that you want to go in.
Tú estás fortaleciendo la dirección en la que quieres ir.
And you're maturing the woman that you are.
Y estás madurando la mujer que eres.
You're growing in the understanding of all of these things.
Creciendo en el entendimiento de todas estas cosas.
You're cleaning up the past lifetimes as best you can.
Limpiando las vidas pasadas lo mejor que puedes.
So important, right?
Muy importante, ¿verdad?
Sí, Micael.
Right.
Ayer compartíamos con el grupo de estudio y yo me sentí un momento maravillada por todo lo que estamos aprendiendo.
Yesterday in the study group we share, and I feel marvelous for all we are learning.
Right. It all of us being here together is a kind of miracle.
Todos los seres aquí juntos es un tipo de milagro.
Yes. Sí, un milagro maravilloso.
It's a miracle. It's a marvelous miracle.
Right. I feel the same way.
Yo siento de la misma manera.
Yes, I feel immense gratitude just to participate.
Yo siento una gratitud inmensa solo de participar.
You might not think that I do, but totally.
Ustedes quizás no piensan que lo hago, pero totalmente.
I feel grateful just to be doing these things.
Me siento agradecido de estar haciendo estas cosas.
Yes. Muy bien, Zulma. Muy bien. Good job.
Buen trabajo.
Yes. Every decision.
Cada decisión.
Yes. Sandra, are you still here? Would you like to read?
Yes.
Thank you.
It is difficult precisely to define the 7 levels of human progression for the reason that these levels are personal. They are variable for each individual and are apparently determined by the growth capacity of each human being. The conquest of these levels of cosmic evolution is reflected in 3 ways.
Okay, please.
1, adjuster attunement. The spiritizing mind nears the adjuster present proportional to circle attainment. 2, soul evolution. The emergence of the Marantia soul indicates the extent and depth of circle mastery. And 3, personality reality. The degree of selfhood reality is directly determined by circle conquest. Persons become more real as they ascend from the 7th to the 1st level of mortal existence.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Spanish, who would like?
Leo, Michael.
Okay, Carlos.
Es difícil definir con precisión los 7 niveles de progresión humana, por la razón de que estos niveles son personales, son variables para cada individuo y aparentemente están determinados por la capacidad de crecimiento de cada ser humano. La conquista de estos niveles de evolución cósmica se refleja de tres maneras. Primero, la sintonización del ajustador. La mente estilizante se acerca a la presencia del ajustador en proporción al logro del círculo. Segundo, la evolución del alma. El surgimiento del alma morontial indica la extensión y profundidad del dominio del círculo. Y tercero, la realidad de la personalidad, el grado de realidad de la iseidad está directamente determinado por la conquista del círculo. Las personas se vuelven más reales a medida que ascienden del séptimo al primer nivel de existencia mortal.
Yes, thank you. You see, everyone, for those of you that continue to show up to our Salvington activities,
Do you want?
It's up to you. You can write it or speak it. Alicia?
Okay, I will speak.
Okay. For those of you that continue to persevere and show up, attend our activities.
Y para aquellos de ustedes que perseveran y atienden, o sea, están en todas nuestras actividades.
You are building a momentum.
Están construyendo un momentum.
You are forcing yourself to evolve.
Se están forzando a sí mismos a evolucionar.
You're gaining a benefit. Only you know.
Están ganando un beneficio. Solo ustedes saben.
Right? Anyone agree with that? Or
¿Alguien está de acuerdo con eso?
It is all based upon decisions.
Todo está basado en las decisiones.
Yes. And sometimes you are faced with thoughts or feelings that tell you you don't want to keep showing up.
Y algunas veces ustedes se encuentran con pensamientos y sentimientos que les dicen que no quieren venir o mostrarse.
Right. But your consistency,
pero su consistencia,
maybe it's the same word, your constancy,
y su constancia,
perseverance,
perseverancia,
wow, determination,
determinación,
and then even further, you're paying attention.
Y allá, mucho más allá, poner atención.
You're not just showing up and turning on the Zoom and sleeping. Well, maybe you are, but I don't know.
No es venir aquí, mostrarse, pero poner en mudo el Zoom y dormir.
Yes, you are having to make continual choices in favor of God's will.
Y ustedes tienen que tomar decisiones continuas a favor de Dios.
Yes. Determined by the growth capacity, the capacity of you to grow.
Determinado por la capacidad de ustedes de crecer.
Right. That's how you're progressing.
Esa es la forma en que ustedes progresan.
Yes, and most of your transformation, it occurs without you even knowing when it's happening.
Y la mayoría de su transformación ocurre incluso sin que ustedes sepan en qué momento sucede.
God transforms you in such a way.
Dios los transforma en varias maneras.
You remain the same persona, but you're different.
Ustedes siguen siendo la misma persona, pero diferente.
You have transmuted. He has transmuted in you.
Él ha transmutado en ustedes
all your mortal errors.
Todos sus errores mortales.
And you wake up one morning and you're more clear.
Y ustedes se despiertan una mañana y están más claros.
And you don't exactly know when did that happen? The Monday, Tuesday? When did that happen?
Y no saben exactamente cuándo pasó eso, si lunes, martes,
Right.
¿cuándo?
Right. You understand, everyone. You just persevere.
¿Entienden todos? Sí, tienen que perseverar.
You don't give up.
No darse por vencidos.
You cooperate in a harmony.
Cooperar en una armonía.
You keep learning.
Mantenerse aprendiendo.
You keep giving and sharing.
Manteniéndose dando y compartiendo.
Yes. The way and the truth, it helps you in that adjuster attunement.
El camino y la verdad les va a ayudar a esa sintonización con el ajustador.
Yes, you are learning how to allow God to transform you, and you're having faith in that.
Están aprendiendo a permitir que Dios los transforme teniendo fe en eso.
Yes, you don't know exactly what time of the day he gives you his influence, but somehow it occurs.
No saben exactamente en qué momento del día Él los influencia, pero sí que ocurre.
You're having the appearance of what we're calling the Morontia soul.
Ustedes tienen la aparición de lo que llamamos el alma morontial.
Yes, the more material, mechanical, personal nature becomes the soul nature.
La naturaleza más material se convierte en una del alma.
Yes, you begin with a more material, animal, mechanical nature.
Y comienzan con una naturaleza más mecánica, animal, material.
And in this process, something is happening, right?
Y en este proceso algo está pasando.
I tell you, my job here is not to make that happen mechanically for you.
Les digo, mi trabajo aquí no es hacerlo mecánico para ustedes.
My job is to help open you to receive what the infinite is ready to give you.
Mi trabajo aquí es ayudarles a abrirse para recibir lo que el infinito quiere darles.
And then it's immediately given to you.
Y entonces se les da inmediatamente.
Your adjuster
su ajustador
wants to give you.
Quiere darles.
Yeah. Attunement, evolution, and reality.
Sintonización, evolución y realidad.
Yes, you have a selfhood that is a gift from existence.
Tienen un ser que es un regalo de la existencia.
And it becomes more and more real as you engage in relationship to the reality of God.
Y se vuelve más y más real a medida que ustedes se comprometen con la realidad de Dios.
Yes. Mikas?
I want to.
Ah, okay. Karen? Was that Karen?
Yes.
Okay. Karen?
As the circles are traversed, the child of material evolution is growing into the mature human of immortal potentiality. The shadowy reality of the embryonic nature of a seventh circular is giving away to the clearer manifestation of the emerging Morontia nature of a local universe citizen.
Yeah. Well, you can untie your tongue now. Yes, everyone. Right? Well, let's do the Spanish. Who would like to do the Spanish?
¿Quién quiere leer español?
Iván.
Iván, okay.
Hola. A medida que se recorren los círculos, el niño de la evolución material crece hasta convertirse en el ser humano maduro de potencialidad inmortal. La sombría realidad de la naturaleza embrionaria de un séptimo círculo está dando paso a la manifestación más clara de la naturaleza morontial emergente de un ciudadano del universo local.
Beautiful, Yvonne. Thank you. Yes, everyone. At what moments do these changes happen? You will not know.
¿En qué momento estos cambios suceden? Ustedes no lo van a saber.
Right? Well, everyone, you observe a little baby becoming a little child, and then an adolescent eventually, and then an adult. When does that happen?
Y todos, ustedes observan que un bebé, un niño se vuelve adolescente, después adulto, y después, ¿en qué momento pasa?
Yes, I challenge you to sit and observe someone for the next 20 years. Don't take your eyes off so you can catch the changes.
Yo les desafío a que ustedes pongan sus ojos durante 20 años sobre una persona para ver, de captar su cambio.
Yes, I don't know when I got some gray hair.
Yo no me di cuenta cuando yo comencé a tener pelo gris, cabello.
I think it was when I began Salvington, though.
Creo que fue cuando comencé Salvington.
Especially those Paraguayans, you know?
Especialmente con esos paraguayos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And Mikis, you will have gray hair too.
Mikis, tú también tendrás cabellos gris.
Yes.
I already have, Michael.
You have gray hair. Yes. See?
Yo ya tengo, Michael.
Yes, everyone. So the growth into the mature human with immortal potential.
El crecimiento hacia
el crecimiento
hacia un ser más maduro con todas sus potenciales.
Yes. You begin in that embryonic nature, right?
Ustedes comienzan en esa naturaleza embrionaria.
Yes, just like the infant and in the mother's womb, and then later on it is an adult.
Y en el vientre de la madre, y después más tarde él ya es un adulto.
Yes. When did that happen?
¿Cuándo sucedió?
Oh, sometime when we were not paying attention, it occurred.
Y alguna vez cuando nosotros no pusimos atención, eso ocurrió.
Yes. But I tell you, it is guaranteed if you do it God's way.
Pero les digo que está garantizado si hacen la voluntad de Dios. Digo, el camino de Dios.
Yes. Can you be in control of it? No.
¿Pueden estar en control de eso? No.
Can you give yourself to it with authorship and authority? Yes.
¿Pueden darse ustedes a eso con la autoría y la autoridad? Sí.
Yes. Can you grow your faith and trust so that these changes become miraculous?
Pueden hacer crecer su fe y confianza, entonces estos cambios son milagrosos.
Absolutely, you can.
Absolutamente pueden.
Yeah. But you must persevere.
Pero deben perseverar.
Yeah. Tell me your thoughts, everyone. We're almost complete for today.
Díganme sus pensamientos. Nosotros estamos terminados por hoy.
Yeah.
Hola, Michael. Quisiera decirle una cosa.
I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Sí, varios días no puedo seguir escribiendo.
Several days I cannot write in my diary, my diario, my journal.
Sí, sí por un problema de la vista, de los ojos.
Because of an eye problem.
Y eso me hizo sentir, me siento como culpable, Michael.
And it made me feel guilty, Michael.
Okay.
Y estuve justamente haciendo preguntas y al tener esa dificultad así física, también procrastinar. Mi pregunta es
And I am making the question that this difficulty in physical difficulty is like a procrastination.
Okay. Well, there's only one solution to your guilt.
Entonces hay una solución para tu culpa.
¿Para qué? No entendí.
Wait.
Para tu culpa.
I'm going to send a handsome young Paraguayan to give you quite a good spanking.
Te voy a enviar un buen mozo paraguayo para que te dé un spanking, una paliza.
Nalgada.
Una nalgada, sí.
And I hope you're not going to enjoy it.
Y espero que no lo disfrutes.
Yes. Alicia, Liliana, Carlos, Horacio, Zoom. Make sure she does not enjoy this spanking.
Y ustedes todos asegúrense de que ella no disfrute de estas nalgadas.
Yes. You might enjoy it so much that you won't ever write in your journal again.
Porque si tú disfrutas mucho, ya no vas a volver a escribir en tu diario.
Yes, you will write me, Michael, I'm not writing in my journal. Send me the spanking again.
Yo no estoy escribiendo mi diario, por favor, envíame de nuevo la nalgada.
No, hoy fui al oftalmólogo, me tengo que hacer una cirugía en el ojo derecho.
I went to the doctor today and I have to make a surgery in my right eye.
I tell you, these bodies, estos cuerpos.
Les digo, estos cuerpos.
Yes, imagine everyone when you no longer have to maintain a physical body with all the time that it takes.
Imagínense cuando llegue el momento en que ya no tengan que mantener esos cuerpos físicos con todo el tiempo que lleva.
Yes.
¿Verdad que sí? Me imagino, Michael.
Right, exactly.
I imagine, Michael.
Exactly.
Sí.
Don't worry.
Sería maravilloso, Michael.
Yes, Ramona, enjoy.
Disfruta, Ramón.
Yes, it's okay.
Sería maravilloso, Michael. Gracias.
Just love the living God in you more and more deeply.
Solo ama al Dios viviente en ti más y más profundamente.
Yes. Trust.
Así lo amo.
Trust.
Confía.
Yes.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Amo mucho, Michael. Y te amo a ti también. Te amo por todas las experiencias que nos está mostrando y enseñando. Amo todo el tiempo esta enseñanza, aunque a veces me cueste comprenderla.
I love God and you, Michael. I love all your teachings every time.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hermoso. Gracias, Ramona. Yo lo aprecio.
Right.
Yo también aprecio y te aprecio y aprecio a todos.
Yeah.
I
a mi creador,
appreciate
pues, sobre todas las cosas.
I appreciate my creator over all things.
Right. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hermoso.
Gracias.
Yeah, you're welcome. De nada.
Gracias. Gracias, Alicia.
De nada.
Adonai, everyone. Thank you. Those who served, Alicia, Carlos, Liliana.
Adonai, Michael. Gracias.
Thank you, Michael.
Disfrutan el día.
Gracias,
Adonai,
gracias.
Micael.
Igualmente, gracias.
Adonai, thank
Gracias,
you.
Micael.
Gracias, Micael, bello tu conferencia.
You're
I love
welcome.
you.
Thank you, Michael, so much. I
You're
love
welcome,
you.
Elise. You're welcome.
Adonai, amado Padre. Adonai, hermoso, como siempre, mi Señor.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Gracias,
Michael.
Michael. Thank you.
Yes,
Continue.
you're welcome, Dennis.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen.
Yes, you're welcome.
Adonai family.
Adonai, Morgiel. Adonai.